Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Mabe podcast. I'm very excited today. We have Dalia Omar. Welcome, Dalia.
Hi, Andrew. How are you?
Good, thank you. And Dalia gave a great presentation last year at the Mabe conference on strategies for helping students take the WIDA. And I was fortunately not there, but we've been able to talk about it since, and just the feedback was just through the roof on that. Everybody, just a lot of very concrete takeaways for how to do this, how to prepare students for WIDA. So before we get into the questions about WIDA specifically, Dalia, can you just tell us a little about your background and how it led to this work?
Yeah, sure. My name is Dalia Omar. My current position, I'm the ELL building coordinator at North Farmington High School and ELL bilingual teacher. This is my 26th year as an educator.
Mhm.
I relocated in the US 15 years ago. But before that, I was an international teacher. I was teaching in the IGCSE program, which is through Cambridge University. It's kind of like also they take a proficiency test, like we have to prepare the students to take that test. Then, when I came here, started teaching word language, Arabic as a foreign language, and also I worked in the IB program, which is kind of the same like the IG. So we have to also teach the students and prepare them for taking the proficiency test. From my experiences and also as a person, I like fun to mix fun with learning.
Mhm.
From my experience with this and looking at WIDA and stuff, I thought, why don't we prepare our students for WIDA in a fun, engaging way?
Great. Yeah, absolutely. And unfortunately, a lot of the time it's just, kids, they might not even know what the test is. They're just kind of told, like, okay, you're going to this room and log on, and then it just happens. And that's obviously not going to get the optimal results in the end. But just to take a step back, because obviously, we deep in the field know very well what WIDA is.
Mhm.
There's a lot of, people listening who probably know a little bit about it, but really not what all it is. So can you explain for us what is WIDA and why does it matter?
Yeah, sure. So the purpose of WIDA assessments is to measure a students' English language proficiency in the four domains: listening, reading, writing, and speaking. This is given annually to our multilingual learners, and the Michigan Department of Education has determined an overall score of a 4.8 as the exit criteria. This is important for the EL teachers, admin, district wise, even the state, kind of to know about and learn about the needs of our multilingual learners. How can we support them district wise, state wise, even so school wise, and as teachers, how can we support them in the classrooms and prepare them for the test and make sure that they achieve success.
Great. And I think I discussed a few of these, but what are some common barriers for multilingual learners when they're taking the WIDA test? Why are they sometimes not getting the scores that we think they should be getting?
First, we have to understand the challenge. They go through lots of challenges. So I would say the first thing is that many multilingual learners feel embarrassed about their participation in the program and receiving services. I guess it's kind of like they want to fit in. Why
Hmm.
are we not like others? Why do we have to receive these services and others are not? Why do I have to keep this stupid test or that kind of boring test every year?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
they don't understand. So their lack of understanding of the purpose of the WIDA assessment is causing that. And as I said, they view the test as something boring. They are
Hmm.
not enticed to take that test because they don't feel any kind of importance. So it was very important and crucial to shift these mindsets regarding towards the WIDA testing. And I wanted them to kind of recognize their potential with a positive attitude towards their learning journey. They should be proud of who they are. They should be proud of their heritage, their background, their cultural background, and all of that. So this is not an embarrassment. So I wanted kind of to change that mindset because from my many conversations with students, they are not, like proud to show that.
Mhm.
So that's reflecting on the results and reflecting on their learning journey.
Yeah, so it sounds like, they're seeing it from a deficit perspective and you want them to see it from an additive perspective. Not that like taking another standardized test,
Yeah,
makes you feel better about yourself, but there is reasoning behind it, and the reasoning is something that you should be proud of. And that not
exactly.
everybody has that opportunity and that gift.
hmm Especially that they feel it as a burden. They
Hmm.
take lots of standardized testing, and this is something extra that they have to do. Why do we have to do it? And especially if I'm talking about the long term multilingual learners,
Hmm.
where they actually speak English very well and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, I speak English. I'm fine. Why do I have to take that test? So they didn't understand. So we wanted to make sure that they are educated enough to understand why are they doing it and how is it
Hmm.
important. Especially because I teach in the high school level, even with middle schoolers and elementary, they do have the same, they do give you the same feedback, like why am I an EL or why am I an ML? Like they don't
Hmm.
get it. So with many conversations I felt no, there needs to be like a shift in their mindset.
And you developed something that sounds very dynamic called the WIDA Achievement Camp. Which sounds like, wow, you're really doing it next level. Like I had an idea. I mean, I always try to motivate my students, but it
Yeah.
sounds like you're really taking it even higher. So tell us about the WIDA Achievement Camp.
Okay, so one day I was in an APD, and they were talking about how can we motivate our students for WIDA and stuff, and everyone gave nice ideas, but it's always about presentations. Just talk to the students. They did share, one of the teachers did share a presentation and asked us like feel free to modify it and use it and stuff, but I didn't want to just get them to another informational session, and okay, we have to listen to this because you're still adding it to that boring
Hmm.
part of it. So I wanted them to actually feel motivated and look forward for that time of the year.
Hmm.
Because at the beginning of the year, are we going to take that test in March? Like,
Yeah.
yes, you have to. So I wanted them actually to look forward to, and at the same time I wanted the whole school to be involved in that.
Hmm.
So we kept thinking as a team, like what we should do and stuff. So the first year we kind of piloted with the idea, like, okay, let's call it something. I don't want to call it an informational session. So we prepared the media center with camp themed ideas and decorated it and stuff. But we did give a presentation, but we divided them into groups according to their WIDA scores.
Hmm.
So what we say the low proficient needed some people to interpret because some of them were
Hmm.
like really low. The ones in the middle, like these are the long term
Hmm.
learners, and the ones who are like the fours, these are the ones that are in honors classes and AP classes, and they are in the program. So we were kind
Hmm.
of targeting them. So addressing each group was different. So we told them, you guys are in AP classes and honors classes, why are you still here?
Yeah.
So why are you not taking it serious? There's something going on with your scores. So basically, we had lots of students who were in the fours exited after that information session. The following year, we said, okay, we're going to go to full implementation, and we wanted the whole school to be involved.
Hmm.
So it was coincided with the multicultural celebration month where everyone was involved, all of the staff, the gen ed staff, students, and it was like really a fun time for them. And they felt like, okay, we are not embarrassed. Like they started to feel like proud of their
Hmm.
culture, their heritage and stuff. But we added another week, so it became 2 weeks where we actually practice for the test, and we're going to talk in details how I'm going to take you like to a journey, like from beginning from
Hmm.
the goal setting to the honoring the exited students, then preparing for the camp and all of that till the post WIDA party, and getting the results at the end.
Yeah, and actually, I had a thought that leads into my next question. So,
Mhm.
I think a common problem too with students is if they're not getting the messaging. They start with the listening and the reading, which to many students, the ones who have, been in the country for at least a couple of years, like not uncommon. So this, yeah, it's 1 through 6. Students will get a perfect, 6 on the listening, very high, maybe even a 6 on the reading. And, I think it just sets their mind a certain way, like, oh, this is just so easy. And then you get to the writing and the speaking, which are quite rigorous.
Yeah,
And you just, if you don't go into the test prepared for that, that you're going to be, writing multiple essays. And sometimes for a lot of students, it's harder
yeah,
to do that in the speaking because, like writing, you can stop and think about your next sentence. Speaking, yes, you can pause, but most students don't. That's, I think, a skill to teach them. It's okay to pause, but it's more in the moment and easier to just kind of like you get distracted and so you just stop.
yeah.
But anyway, so what I was going to ask you about, you mentioned goal setting with a 2-year comparison.
Exactly. So I used Elevation for that. I'd had to generate reports that includes their past 2 years results. So kind of like we can compare. So I would say WIDA 2024 and WIDA 2025, and then we meet with those students. I did create the goal setting worksheet, which is WIDA and ELD, English Language Development goal setting. And then we go together through each domain and look at, okay, how things went from 2024 to 2025. Did you improve? All of that. And what's nice about that report is that it's giving us a set of things like where do they stand in each domain, and then it gives us, okay, so if you want to go to the following step or to improve to the upcoming score, let's say like they are a 3 and they want to go to a 4, it's giving you a set of goals for each domain. So we kind of meet with the students, and then they choose the goals that they're going to focus on throughout the year. They write them down, we discuss them, and then we revisit with them right before the camp. And then through the camp, even we go through those goals together. Okay, so your lowest score is, for example, your listening. So go to the listening station. So they will go and practice. And we do provide them with stations to practice each domain. So kind of like we try to address like their needs, like each one's needs. So yeah,
Yeah, and again, like to what I said before too, it's like sometimes, yeah, like okay, you got a 6 on the listening, you got a 6 on the reading,
yeah.
so you can do that again, and so I think they
Mhm.
know how to like, you know, you're mentally preparing for the later sections
Yeah,
and telling
exactly.
them that, yeah.
Mhm.
Were there any other key strategies that you use to prepare students?
So I would say the camp, the multilingual, multicultural celebration month, creating that sense of community. All of this actually helped them to get prepared. Also, honoring exited students in front of the other
Hmm.
multilingual learners was really a great idea to kind of, you guys, you can do it. Like, see, your peers did it, and you can do it. So we did that through a celebration and a potluck celebration, which was kind of like an international thing.
Hmm.
So also in a fun way, they received gifts and certificates. So all of this plus, and I think when we had the camp, like coincided with the celebration for multilingualism, that was really important because they saw the gen ed teachers wearing those t-shirts and hoodies with the proud to be teaching multilingual learners. We had pins for the camp, we had decorations, banners, cultural slideshows. Even during passing times, we played songs in different languages,
Hmm.
so the whole school was involved. So I would like you to see, this is like a short clip of what we've done last year just to show you how the camp looked like. So we can watch this together. Let's do this. Are you ready for a comeback? Are you ready to fly? Are you ready for the moment? Get ready to ride. Calling all the fighters, calling on survivors. Are you up all nighters? We can take it higher. Let's do this. Let's do this.
to the legends, rising from the wreckage. Count down the seconds. It's our Turing
Yeah, so you
There-
really use the test. Sorry, you really use the test to again enhance the cultural connections within the school because it's
exactly.
just very easy to just let that kind of slip through your fingers, for
Yeah,
lack of a better term.
yeah, yeah. So we did see like notice like increased pride in their linguistic and cultural backgrounds. They were actually asking for help. I did see students looking at the notes we gave them and the resources right before the test because they
Mm,
really want to do well on the test. They keep coming to me and say, I'm going to do well on this test. I want to exit. I want to have a high score. So I was really happy that they start talking about it. And what was really nice is like after the test by a week or two, they keep asking about the scores. Like, I
mm.
want to know my WIDA score. Well, I'm sorry, it comes out in June. So,
Yeah,
but
yeah, that
they
part
were
is
so
always
eager.
tough.
They were so eager to
Hmm.
even know their results. So that was really a big shift. Before they didn't care.
Yeah.
So that was really big shift. And they even asked about, are we going to have that camp and that celebration next year? Because we want to have these songs played. We want to do this. And they started to give me ideas for the upcoming year. um, we started to kind of stress on be proud of who you are. Being multilingual is your superpower, all of that. So they started kind of like, like, yeah. So
Mm.
I was happy to see that kind of shift. Is it going to happen in 1 year? Of course not. Like that improvement, it's going to take several years, but we did see some of, those positive, outcomes of what we've been doing for 2 years now.
Great. Well,
Mhm.
thank you so much for talking with us. Before we sign off, is there something, what is something that you're looking forward to this school year?
I'm looking forward for another successful WIDA camp,
Mm,
Multicultural Month, and yeah, every year I usually like to add more stuff. So we brainstorm things together and try to add even more fun. Um, Teaching through fun is really interesting for the teacher and for the students. This is what they remember for a lifetime. Like when I was a student, I remember everything that was taught to me through fun or hands-on or whatever. So I know that I worked with lots of students who are now adults, and they just like when they see me, they say, "Remember when we did this and did that?" So that makes me really happy, and I
hmm.
think we're doing the right thing. So yeah, I mean, students deserve, our multilingual learners deserve the best, and this is what we're doing.
Well, great. Thank you so much again, and I hopefully we can see you back at Mabe again for 2026.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thank you.